Hi, my name is Jack Davis. I'm the founder and executive director of the Superhero Project. Basically, all I do is facilitate the project. My favorite part is to see the impact we have on the kids.
Hi, I'm Alex Rasuli. I'm the co-director of finance. We try to seed funding for the Superhero Project, and my favorite thing about the Superhero Project are the people I work with.
I'm Lexi Powers. I'm also a co-director of the finance committee of the Superhero Project. And my favorite thing about this project is it offers me a channel. No. It offers me a way to channel my creative outlet.
Hi, I'm Sarah Lundgren. I'm the publishing director for the Superhero Project, and I do most of the publicity and the writing for the project, and I work on our website. And my favorite part about the Superhero Project is probably working with all the college volunteers.
Hi, I'm Mahari Kulkundam. I'm the graphics director of the Superhero Project, and basically what I do is kind of coordinate student artists with the hospital volunteers as well as the children at the hospital to work together and create superheroes. And I think the favorite thing about the project is probably working with student artists because they're really creative and they throw ideas off each other and they're really smart. And yeah, we just come up with great stuff. So.
Okay, so the organization that we're going to be focusing on is the Superhero Project, and the Superhero Project was founded in order to have artists go to the UNC Children's Hospital and work with cancer patients and just general patients there to help them create a superhero version of themselves, and then they get it in like a book. But the organization is facing a lot of problems because they haven't been able to actually do that because of logistics. So the organization is facing a lot of problems around motivation because they can't offer the experience that they told their volunteers yet. And that's kind of resulting in lack of participation, high executive turnover, kind of lack of focus. And that's kind of what we're going to focus on. But really the root problem is that lack of motivation, and we're going to try to help with that.
The reason I left is because we didn't really have a solid mission, and we weren't shooting toward anything. And with the lack of communication and the lack of motivation for what we were trying to accomplish, I decided to leave the project.
Oh, meeting canceled again? I have to walk all the way back. Meetings being canceled really doesn't make me want to come, especially to future meetings if I know the same thing may happen. And then we're going to use this and apply it to the EPO model. For example, for E, if I put forth effort, will I succeed? I think the answer is no, especially if I put forth the effort to walk all the way from my dorm just to club and it's canceled. That's going to be very bad. Additionally, it's going to lower my intrinsic motivation because I may not even see a project all the way through if meetings are continually canceled.
A few months after the organization was started, they realized that their original mission was no longer achievable, but the team failed to redefine a new mission, so now no one feels motivated towards a new goal that they all want to achieve. We're suggesting that the organization come up with a new goal and communicate that to everyone in the group.
Yeah, so I've been working on the listserv. Basically, I just have to put everyone's emails in there, but it hasn't really been working, so I don't really know what to do about that. I tried to send myself a test, but it didn't work. So, yeah, I don't really know. Maybe I'll call the guy, see what he says. Can you talk about the lack of communication?
So we never had a real meeting time that was set up. It was constantly being canceled. The times would be changing. Half the people would show up, half the people wouldn't show up. And no one would ever know what was going on because there would be emails, there would be Slack messages, group messages. We're in a class, so there would be a separate group message for the people in our class together. There were so many group messages and there was no clear communication. Whenever something would happen, 2 people would know about it and the other 4 or 5 of us would have no idea what was going on, and it made it impossible for us to move forward when there was no communication whatsoever.
So what we're suggesting is that before the meeting, you send out a Google Doc and you put all of your everything that you've been up to and everything that you've been doing. And then when you come to the meeting, you say, as you've seen, I've been doing this, but here's a problem that I think we all need to collaborate on. That way you're spending your meeting time kind of actually working together and not just going over things that you could send out in an email.
So as you all know, I've been having a really hard time getting in touch with the hospital to set up training for our volunteers. So do you think it's a good idea if I just email them again?
Yeah, should work.
Right now, everyone does their jobs individually. There's not a lot of collaboration with other people in the group. So one way to create task conflict and generate new ideas would be have a designated devil's advocate during meetings to go against what the common idea is.
The first problem that the superhero project is suffering from is a lack of intrinsic motivation. The underlying cause of this issue is a failure to achieve the group's mission. The group project realizes that their goal is unattainable and yet has to redefine its purpose. In regards to the expectancy theory, there's a disconnect between E and P. Even if anyone puts forth effort to help the kids, they still will not be able to help the children. This disconnect will continue until the superhero project redefines its goals to attain an achievable one, perhaps a SMART goal, which would cause group members to gain more motivation. The second problem is poor communication. As of now, the superhero project not only fails to communicate their updates, however, they use the wrong channel to communicate. We have recommended to use channels with low richness, such as email for pre- and post-meeting communication, and to make better use of channels with high richness, such as their meetings, to discuss challenging issues that require collaboration. Lastly, the superhero project suffers from a lack of task conflict. As of now, the group is too cohesive, suffers from groupthink, and has norms that discourage productivity. To solve this issue, we have recommended that the superhero project designates a member to play devil's advocate at each meeting in order to foster creativity and innovation.